All right, my friends, I just got done listening to the AMA with Mike the Investor. It was a killer AMA, and Forex dropped a ton of alpha, including basically giving us the launch date for the animal farm. So let me get into the full breakdown of the AMA because there were so many nuggets. I just picked out maybe like the top 10 that I thought were game changing. But I do recommend you going over to Mike's channel, showing him some love, liking, commenting, all that stuff. Great guy. He's got about 77,000 subscribers. So the drip story should be reaching a new audience. So before I break it down line by line, I wanted to hit a couple things. Please like and subscribe. We're doing a little bit of a subscription contest in the Telegram chat. So join the Telegram chat, subscribe to the channel, and if we hit a certain subscriber tier, we're airdropping 30 drip to folks in the chat. So go to the Telegram for more details. But again, all you really need to do is hit the little red subscribe button and click the link below in the description that goes to the Telegram. And my admins would be happy to share any details of the contest with you. All right, now into the AMA. So AMA started out like most AMAs, and let's be honest, Mike the Investor, he reports on a lot of different crypto projects, 77,000 subscribers. So he's got a really big channel, and I'm betting most of those guys really haven't heard about drip until about the last week to 10 days when Mike's been continually dropping drip videos that explain how to do the faucet, the guard, and all those details. So it's probably relatively new to those folks, and they probably never heard Forex Shark speak, and they definitely never heard the story. So it started out with Forex just giving his story, how he got started, how we started creating the different protocols, and all those details. So that, if you're familiar with the Forex Shark story, should be old news to you. If you're not, I recommend going and watching the AMA because Forex Shark was pretty lucid today. He stayed on track. He hit a bunch of bullet points. Everything he said was super clear to understand. I don't think there was much gray area in the stuff he said today. So to me, this is one of the best AMAs so far. So if you've watched my previous videos, you know that next Tuesday, we will receive the launch date for the animal farm. But Forex Shark kind of slipped up and basically told us when that's going to fall. So he is going to go on the Bartertown Conglomerate, Ray's channel, on Tuesday and drop the date. And that date is going to land in the first week of October. So whether that's the 4th or the 6th, my estimation is going to land on the 6th. That's just my guess. But certainly by the 7th of October, the animal farm will be live. Now, he also said that within a couple weeks after the animal farm launches, the new drip UI will get launched. And that includes the layer 2, that B2 layer where the reservoir and the faucet have some sort of additional gamification to bring people in. That excites me because I think it's really professional if you're doing this big marketing campaign. Driving people to something that looks like a professional investment is really going to help onboard new users. That gamification of the layer 2 should include, I think he said, rewarding large depositors and rewarding people for positive behavior in the ecosystem. So those are going to be really good. I'm interested to see if the reservoir has some sort of team building metric, because obviously as a team builder, and if you're putting out videos and you want people to join your team, it makes a lot of sense to promote what is going to benefit you, right? I really like the team aspect of the faucet because I can have people join the team. I can airdrop them back. We can do stuff like 30 drip airdrop contests. It just allows you to kind of build a community around your team building. So if you can make the reservoir kind of like that, I think it would be exciting and really bullish with the reservoir. As we all should know, deposits into the reservoir add additional liquidity to drip and should essentially harden the floor price. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Next, they said when the new UI drops, that will also include the team airdrop setup. So if I want to airdrop a whole ton of people, it's just a couple clicks and that's it. If you're a team builder now, you're watching my videos, some of the other YouTubers out there, and you have a bunch of people on the team and you're trying to airdrop everyone, it takes forever. And especially if you have a ledger, you got to confirm every transaction. Every transaction on a ledger is about 7 different clicks, plus you got a few on the screen, and you're doing that every time. I mean, it takes forever to do large team airdrops. So they're not very fun. And I think maybe for that reason, some team leaders don't do them. If they make it really easy, it's obviously easier for us to get back to you. So feel free to join the team if you'd like. Link will be down below if you're not already in drip. I think most people that are watching the channel, I've already convinced to join the protocol. But if I haven't yet and you want to use my link, feel free to do so. Later on in the AMA, Forex started talking about a major influencer in the space that's just been blowing up on YouTube that's wanting to get more involved in crypto. Forex said he's like one of the major players on YouTube right now and is just growing super fast. So I don't know how to speculate who I think that might be. I mean, some of the top influencers that come to mind are like Mr. Beast, but he's like massive. He may be the top YouTuber right now. But you've also got guys, and this one may or may not make sense, but I made a video on it earlier. You've also got guys like Logan Paul. Now, the thing that confused me a little bit is like this individual wants to get more into crypto. Logan Paul's pretty well into crypto, more into NFTs, but maybe he wants to get into decentralized finance or other ways to leverage cryptocurrency that he hasn't before. So let's pretend that it is him, and I predicted the future a month ago when I made a video about him endorsing Scratchy. That would be major, and he has the perfect audience for that type of thing. He's got a massive audience that's probably 20 to 40. The percentage of the people in his audience that already have a MetaMask wallet is probably way, way higher than the national average. And let's be honest, a lot of those guys are trading NFTs and stuff, and they're degens just like us. So a digital scratch ticket where you could earn BNB might be a really good play for them. So part of me hopes that I did predict the future and it's going to be Logan Paul, but I honestly have no idea. If it is him, I will say Forex probably stole my idea and he owes me some sort of royalty. But he and I can discuss that offline. Forex also said shortly after that Scratchy and the Animal Farm are going to release new pitch decks. He's got the big long white papers on both of them, but to me that's a lot to read and they're sort of clunky. I really like the idea, since it's kind of like a business or investment that you're pitching someone, is to create it in a pitch deck format. Now, if you guys have ever gone to do any venture capital stuff or had to create a new division that had a pitch deck or anything like that, if you've ever had that experience in your corporate world, you know how powerful a solid pitch deck can be. So I'm really interested to see what these look like. If these pitch decks are really awesome, it's going to be much easier for you to say, let me explain this protocol to you utilizing this pitch deck. Because sometimes reading those long white papers to people, it goes over their head and there's not enough visual explanations of things and like infographics for people to really understand what the heck you're talking about. So I'm excited for those. I can't wait to show you guys them, talk through them, and I can't wait to show it to other people so it can get them excited about the stuff coming in the ecosystem. Next, Forex has mentioned this several times, and several times in the private chats with some of the folks I said, did he just say this? And everyone's always confused by it. But he flat out said this time that Animal Farm, even the new version that we have, this one, is going to be completely revamped. Now, I like this one, but I think it could actually be better. There's a few things that I think could be better. There's parts that I'm critical of like the drip garden, of how easy it is to see stuff. I think that new drip UI is just going to be so clean that it's already going to make this one look like it needs improvements, but he's already on top of it. He already jumped in and said they will be refreshing this entire page. So we'll have something that's super clean and super professional that will, in a way, be the yin to the yang of the new drip UI. So for me, I'm pumped about that. It's a new era. It's just like when your favorite sports team gets a new logo that's super sick. Of course, there's still a special place in your heart for the old one, but that new one's looking really fresh and it draws in a new wave of excitement. So I am pumped about that too. He also said they are working on the fiat on-ramp. They have put together the paperwork to try to get approved for that. There's several fiat on-ramps out there, but they have different requirements as far as KYC and everything. So we may not qualify because Forex, of course, likes to remain anonymous. So if they can't KYC him in the way that they specifically want to, then we may have to find another version. But what he did say is 100% we will have a fiat on-ramp. And he said that he should be able to make really good progress on that, if not have it finished by the end of the year. I said it before in previous videos, the fiat on-ramp will be major. You can take someone who gets attracted by marketing, comes to the site, likes the way the new site looks and feels. They can pull out their debit card, buy some BNB, convert it to drip and stake it to the system. Imagine how much more quickly you're going to be able to get new users onboarded. Right now, if you want to start out by setting up a Binance account or a crypto.com account and then setting up a MetaMask wallet and transferring it over and getting delayed for a day while they check all your stuff and make sure your account is authorized, then it's a lot of hurdles that you have to jump through. So you really got to want to do it. There's no impulse investing like you can do with a lot of things. Obviously, I've already got accounts set up, but if I want to go on something and buy a stock right now, it takes me just a couple clicks and I own the shares. Cryptocurrency you can buy fairly easy now, but when you're talking about native tokens like a drip or anything that even resembles that, you got to convert it from one to the other. And you guys all know that process is difficult, and that's a barrier to entry that keeps people out. I'm glad that I got in while it was more difficult because not a lot of people were in yet. That allowed me to take advantage of some cheaper pricing. Now that we're going to go a little more mainstream by allowing fiat onboarding, we should see a pretty solid price increase. I mean, I'm stoked. I can't tell you guys. There was a couple periods during the AMA where I was kind of like getting goosebumps. I'm like, oh man, this thing is going to take off. So of course we got the pigs game, the dogs game, new UI for both drip and Animal Farm, and we should expect all this stuff like in about the next 6 weeks. That's pretty amazing. Forex said that he thinks that this relaunch will blow the V1 launch out of the water. And last time we had something like a 20 to 30x on the last launch. So if this one even halfway matches that, I think we're gonna see a massive spike. And if you go back and look at the drip chart, let's do it real quick. Yeah, so if you go back and look at the drip chart, you've got the run up here. I believe this is when Animal Farm hype started and everything launched. Originally started out as the Manor Farm to get everything queued up for the real Animal Farm. So this big pump right here happened in V1, and this is on the drip price. This, doesn't really have anything to do with the Animal Farm other than the fact that it's part of the same ecosystem. So let's see what happens. And if we look at recent price action, just do a little TA real quick. We of course hit what I believe is the bottom. We came up, hit a level of resistance that we had technically hit in the past. So right in that same range, we dipped down, we had a nice little cup and handle pattern, and then we shot up big. There was really no resistance or anything in here, so it just found its new higher high, if you will. And then it came back down and is reaching about 820 on the pancake swap DEX. So let's see what happens if it takes off from here. But the important things are, next Tuesday, the real date will be launched. We already know it's going to be in the first week of October. The marketing will start next Tuesday when the launch date is actually announced. And Forex Shark said that they're going to be doing some weird little promotions things every couple days where they're doing giveaways and different ads. They've got a YouTube ad planned. They've got banner ads. They've got all this stuff, all this marketing that we never used before. And Forex says the marketing budget per month is multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. So even if you talk about maybe $250,000, $350,000, that is a massive amount of cash. And if you know anything about marketing and click-through rates and impressions, that is millions and millions and millions and millions of impressions. So if we can get even a relatively decent conversion rate off of that, the price should spike big time. And you should see pigs getting bought up. You should probably see some attraction to the piggy bank, because that's obviously one of the only things that's open on the Animal Farm site right now. And then a lot of people are going to say to themselves, I don't understand this yet. I'm going to go over and do this drip network thing because it's part of the ecosystem. I'm starting to buy into the hype of what this ecosystem can do. It's fully functioning. And again, it's easy to understand. So let me know down in the comments how excited you are. Give me some price predictions. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, feel free to join the Telegram channel. The link will be down in the description below, and ask about the 30 drip airdrop contest. So to all you guys that were patient over the last few months, I think your patience is about to pay off. Happy investing.